Hey YouTube, it's me, it's your iPhone Captain. Today we're going to be looking at the top 3 tweaks for October 2012. First one we're going to look at is called iOS Life, and what it does, it adds a little bit of animation to your when you like open up an application or something like that. You can even have it installed for your lock screen. But let's look at it here. When you open up your load switcher here at the bottom, you can set it to suck. You see that it sucked it into the middle, and you can even speed that up or slow it down by moving this over to left and right. The farther to the right you move it, the slower it gets. So we don't want to go slower, we'll go faster. So now you see when I open that. Now whenever we open up an application, we want to fool with the edit mode. Moving a page, we'll go move page with page curl. You can't really probably see that though on the video, but it is fading in and out. Let's go back in here and page curl. Springboard swipe. Let's do page curl again. Page curl up. Okay. So it works something like barrel, only it was a little bit too fast. That was. So let's slow it down a little bit. Okay, there you go. Now when you swipe, it adds some cool animations if you're into that kind of stuff. So if you want to check it out, it's called iOS Life and it's free. Another cool free one is called Quick Emoji, and what it does is it adds it adds 5 emoji characters to your keyboard, but under those emoji keys there's several different ones you can choose from. Like that, if you hold your finger on the key, it'll pop up the many different ones you can select from. And to choose anything, you just simply swipe up there and hold down, and you see it put the ear on there. Another code tweak is called Title Speak, and what it does, when you get a notification, it'll speak the title. Here we go.
Sample notification.
So I'm using Test Banner to get those sample notifications to come in, and you see it read
sample notification.
Okay, it reads the title to you. It's pretty cool. And if you get Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that, it'll read Twitter out loud or Facebook out loud. And you see I'm getting that color around my notifications. That one is called Banner Border. And Banner Border, you can actually select it to be whatever you want it to be. I actually have it set to as what they call a surprise mode. And here's what it looks like, the little B. You select it. You see I've got surprise mode turned on. That's where it just selects whatever it wants to at random. So we'll turn that off and we'll leave it set into purple. So now when I get a notification, it'll be purple. Okay? And you can set a little bit of a border thickness to it. Although if you go below medium, you're not going to see it at all. So we'll just leave that like it is. And you can make the edges round or square. And you can see slightly round or none square. So now when I get it, you see it's a little bit square. Another cool one is called NC Light. And all you got to do to see NC Light is when you swipe to your spotlight, it pulls up your notification center. So when I go to the spotlight, my notification center automatically comes down. But it doesn't eliminate Spotlight. Now if I want to go in here and search for something, I can just type it in. So that was called NC Light. Another cool one is called Spotify. If you're a Spotify fan, then you're going to enjoy Spotify because it puts Spotify in place of your native music app in your app switcher. So it makes it a lot easier to open up Spotify. Alright, another one that I use a lot is called Brightness Icon. Brightness Icon lets you take the volume keys and turn them into brightness. And all you got to do is I already have it set actually. So I can turn my brightness up and down by touching the volume keys. And you can see that it's going up and down right there. And if I want to go back to having the volume keys work like default, I just simply touch it again. It goes back. Volume buttons will now behave default behavior. So I want to go back to brightness. Volume buttons will now change brightness level. That's what I prefer. Okay, another pretty cool tweak, guys, is called tap to break. And right here it is. You can also get it in the Apple Store for 99 cents. But here it is. And you just tap on the screen and it makes that big noise. And the graphics looks pretty good on it, although there are some pretty heavy ads in it. I mean, but you know, this guy has to make a little money somehow, I guess. But that's some pretty cool tweaks. Different parts of your iDevice. So right here it is, iOS Life. Let's select it, and that's what's making the screen flip like it does. Okay, you can add these animations to the lock screen. You can see you can select from a number of different types. You can even disable it if you want to. You can cube left, ripple, flip, push, suck. So let's go with suck on the lock screen and see if that won't get it to stand out pretty easy. Springboard. There's different areas you can put animations on the app switcher. That's when you double tap the home button, you know, the little thing, it pops up at the bottom. When you open different applications, move the page. That's flipping through the different springboards and opening different applications. So let's first look at the app switcher. Alright, when I open it, okay, as you can see, when I flip from one to the next, it adds a little animation there. And it also has one when I open it. You see it sort of flips down from the top. We can change that if we want to something different. And we can see now I've got it going to move down. Let's set it to suck from the middle. Alright, now when we open it up, you see it sort of sucks to the middle. Okay, it looks pretty cool. And you can add those to anything you want to dealing with inside the application, like the begin edit mode. That's when you put your applications in jiggle mode. You can stop the edit mode, move the page. I got it going page curl right now. That means when I go from one page to the next, actually it's on suck to the middle. Alright, let's see what that's setting on. Alright, springboard swipe right down here is what that's set on. You can actually set it to fade. There's a lot of different things that you can put it to. See how it's going fading from one page to the next rather than looking like a swipe. That's called iOS Life. Another cool one is called, it may be hard to do these together. So what we'll do is alright guys, now we're going to be looking at one called iTrans Effect, and this lets you put animations on things like opening applications, exiting applications, the springboard, reveal or dismiss notification center. That's pretty cool. Notification center banner, you can even add animations to those. There's download started, ended, and progress, killing apps, reveal switcher. This is a very large tweak for animations, guys. If you want to animate anything on your device, this is probably the best one as far as the most customization available. It's called iTrans Effect. And what you can do, first of all, let's set app launch. And you can even customize the speed to whatever you want it to be. So when we open settings, see how fast it opened right then? Let's turn it down just a little bit. Now, see that camera iris? That's the only thing, is you can't select the actual animation. They've got that built into the app. So when you go to the springboard, let's see what those look like going from one page to the next. It puts the same camera iris type thing on it. So that's the only drawback to this app. However, it is free. If you want to try it out, it's worth definitely checking out. It's called iTrans Effect. And you can see I've got it going so slow now that we can't even open up our settings app. So let's turn that back down. Alright, and turn those off. And now we're going to look at one called Funboard. Funboard actually does pretty much the same thing. Let's enable it. And you can put animations on your icons. It's got no effect here. Let's say upside down and see what that looks like. And let's go with the dock. Let's flip our dock upside down too. Alright, now look at what we got. Everything's upside down. So this is just a cool tweak to mess around with your friends or something. If they want to borrow your phone, you could turn this on and have a lot of fun with it that way. It's called Funboard. However, Funboard is $1.99 in the Cydia store. So you want to check it out over there. Alright? Alright guys, this one we're going to be looking at now is called Display Candy. And this is one of my favorite Cydia tweaks for animations. It allows you to animate pretty much like the others do, but you got a lot more selections here. You got cube, flip, ripple, suck, tube. I like the TV tube, and the iris, the camera iris down here at the main bottom is probably two of my favorites. So let's go ahead and let me show you what it does. And you can get it to add animations when you close apps, open apps, open up the switcher, and you can add a whole lot of different things to it. So let me show you what I mean. Alright, you saw that little flip, that's from Display Candy. When we open up settings, you saw the little camera iris, that's what it's called. You can, however, turn that up or down however fast you want it. So let's turn it up a little bit and see what it looks like. Now when we open settings, look how slow it goes. I'm sorry, it's slower. To the right it goes slower, to the left it goes faster. Alright, now let's try it. Okay, so it's a lot faster that way. So if you were to put it all the way to the right, it would be very slow. It would be here half the day watching it go through all of its motions. But that's what it would look like right there. It's already starting. Look how slow. So you can enable those for launching apps, and when you close out of them too. I've got it set to flip right now, so let's do a page curl. So when we close this, you'll get a page curl, and that's exactly what we just got. So there's some pretty cool animations inside Display Candy. And last but not least, I want to share one with you that is called, let me turn Display Candy off. Now we're going to turn Aquaboard on. This here sort of puts your springboard on acid, if you will. See how the background, I'm sorry, in the background, watch my springboard. See how it's rippling like water? It's called Aquaboard Water Effects, and this one sells for $2.99. Display Candy is $2. I didn't know if I told you that or not. But Aquaboard has several different settings you can change to. You can add it to your home screen, lock screen, battery charging view, and here's where you can change all the different things from raindrops, fingerprints, aquasphere. Let's try aquasphere. Alright, now when we get back, now when we touch it, all I had to do was simply install the tweak and activate it and just turn my Bluetooth mouse on, and it found it, and everything connected right up. And I'm going to show you here just how simple this is. You're not going to believe just how simple this really works. Now what I'm going to try to do now is get you in a little bit closer on the mouse. Right click and swipe across the screen and go to the next page, and it works pretty good most of the time. However, I have had some difficulty with it, but let's go in, and it works pretty good. It's $4.98. You can get it in Cydia. I recommend it if you're going to be using your iPad or iPhone on the road. Wouldn't you? This is it you see right here on the springboard in front of you. As always, I've got my brightness turned up way too loud. Sorry about that, guys. I'll turn it down a little bit for you right now so you can see better. And we'll go back in here and I'll show you what Widgets looks like. It's iWidgets. And this works with HTML, and it's a pretty cool tweak actually, guys. If you want to go over to the Big Boss or Mama I, it's free and you can get it there. And what it does is when you first install it, you can add the analog clock and the calendar from inside the application, and all you gotta do is hold down on the springboard and it will actually pop up. So when you download the tweak, don't think that you can't find it or it's not there, and don't do something silly like me and reinstall it. All you have to do is hold your finger on the springboard and it'll pop this little thing up. And it would have been good if the developer had written that in the notes, but he didn't, so I'm telling you, don't screw up like I did. And you can select the analog clock or the calendar clock, and you see what they give you on the springboard. And they work just like any other application. You can move them around by holding them down and putting them in jiggle mode and all that. But the calendar, if you tap on it, it'll go in and out. It hides the actual month and just shows the day. If you want to tap it, it'll show the actual month then. And you can interact. BulletinTitle. And this is a free tweak. It's in Model I, I'm pretty sure, a Big Boss one. So what it does is it allows you to change the bulletin title on your message when it comes in. And you'll see. That's what it does. See where it says iPhone Captain? Okay, I put that in there. So if you want to change that, you can change that to whatever you want it to be. All you gotta do is go in here, go down to BulletinTitle, and right there you just need to type in whatever you want it to be. So we'll type in hello, and I'll go back out and we'll see curl. Okay, because you can do about whatever you can imagine. Let's see, going back, I've got it on page curl right. Let's do something. Let's do suck middle and see if that'll change it. And it sells for $1.99 in Cydia, and you can check it out there. And let's talk a little bit more about it. What Bridge does is it allows you to import your music into iTunes without the need of connecting your device to a computer. And let me show you how that works. I'm going to be using Pandora Downloader. If you don't know how to use that, I've got a video on that as well, and I'll try to remember to put a link in here so you can watch it. But what Pandora Downloader does, it allows you to download music through Pandora rather than just listening to it. You can actually open up Pandora right here, and using it you can then tap this little button right here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Select any song you want. We'll select something right here. And when it comes up, you select the little arrow, and right here you can select save song, bookmark the station, anything you want to buy on iTunes. But we'll just say save song, and it will actually download it now. It's actually downloading inside Pandora Downloader. Now Pandora Downloader is going to work with the Bridge tweak to allow me to import into iTunes. And let me show you how this works. I know I keep saying that a lot, but sorry. Open up Bridge. Now the first thing you're going to have to do is find out where your files are saved at that you want to download. That's going to be the first thing you need to figure out. And mine actually were in Pandora. That's the reason I chose it. I thought that might be the simplest way for us to see it in here. Let me turn my brightness down. I know it's glaring on you guys. But let's go back into Bridge. Now once we open up Bridge, then we need to go into Private right here. Now we need to go to VAR, Mobile. I have all this written down is how I know what's going on here, guys, so don't think I know that much. I'm really not that smart. Media, and under here we're going to find where it says Pandora, which is right here. Now you see inside there is all the list of my songs, and the one we just downloaded was something Coldplay or something. I forget what it was called. Speed of Sound. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. All right. Now if we wanted to save Speed of Sound in our iTunes account, all we have to do is open it up like we just did and tap Import. Now Bridge is actually importing that song, whatever its name was, I can't even remember, Speed of Play, into iTunes right now, and you can see the little bar coming across the screen here at the top showing you how much it likes being finished. When it finishes up, then we'll open up iTunes. Actually, we'll open our music folder, and hopefully we'll be able to find this song in there. And it says it was downloaded, imported successfully. Now this works if you want to do ringtones, books, whatever. It doesn't matter. Bridge is an awesome way to import. Here's music, and we're looking for Speed of Sound. So let's go to the S's. Alright, here's our S's, and there's Speed of Sound right there. And I got the volume turned down, but you can see that it is playing right there. You can see the little numbers ticking off, the little counters going. So it does work, and it works great, guys. And it works real good too with the other tweak that the developer Jonas Gessner has developed called ProTube 2. You might want to check it out as well. That way you can download audio files out of videos, and that way if you have a favorite video or a song that you want to download, you can just download the audio from the video on YouTube and then import it into your iTunes using Bridge. So it's worth $1.99. Check it out. Don't forget, guys, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button before you leave, and keep coming back.